Australian-owned banks operating in New Zealand have made a 12% profit this year. That's $10 billion off the backs of our hard-working Kiwis in the middle of a cost-of-living crisis. The Prime Minister, goodness me, how can anyone call her a Prime Minister? Right. The Prime Minister waves her arms around as usual, asking for them to show a bit of social conscience, and the opposition sits on their hands with zero idea what is actually in fact going on. It's no surprise bank charges and profits are higher here than they are in Australia. Canberra is watching their Australian banks, but I'll tell you what, Wellington and that Adern woman certainly aren't. There have been multiple inquiries into these bank charges in Australia, but not one inquiry here in New Zealand. Why not? The banks in Aussie are also secretly tracking what people purchase and calculating people's carbon footprint. Wonder if these Aussie-owned banks are doing this in New Zealand as well? Well, we can tell you with confidence, they are. For most of my years during the establishment of my working career within well-established companies, or those years establishing one of my own business footprint, I can recall how the banks, especially the bank or the branch manager, was there to help in every possible way. Over the years, one would build up a rapport with your bank manager, and most financial short-term or even some long-term fixes was done over the phone. That was before computers and the need of filling out forms, which these days need the current number of ticks on your application or request before it can possibly move forward to a successful conclusion. I can recall the very first obvious and devious dishonest move by the commercial banks here in New Zealand. It did not matter where the head office was, it didn't matter if it was in England, Australia, New Zealand or wherever. They all had got together to start ripping us New Zealanders off to increase their bottom line profit without any conscience or no intention to better the service to their customers. It was mid-1980s when a bank charge appeared on our bank statements. The ANZ had it detailed as a line charge. Not many businesses or even private account holders made any effort to question this new $1.80 monthly charge, a charge that was described to me to cover the cost of transferring from bank activities over to computer systems. Now, at that same time, our company was transferring from the Telegraph punch card system for inventory control, wage and salary systems and budget tracking onto a computer-based system. We at that time had absolutely no intention of passing these costs on to our customers, as we believed that these new-fangled computer systems was a cost saver to ourselves. However, not the ANZ Bank. They were going to recoup this cost no matter, and started with the $1.80 monthly bank charge. We have seen that initial line charge of $1.80 over the years increase with regular monotony, with amazing, ingenious names appearing, but always with the purpose of a debit against your account. Banks never made a great profit by over-the-counter service. Tellers had become quite surplus and were increasingly a direct cost to the profitability of the bank. Most bank activities actually took place in the back room and often after the bank closed its doors for the day. But all of a sudden, these banks had found it easy to create a monthly net profit with no to very little effort. Every bank account was being charged $1.80 every month. Yes, every month, a $1.80 charge, and ANZ at that time had in the region of 1.2 million active accounts just here in New Zealand. Multiply that by $1.80 and see how much money you get every month for no effort. The result for this cash take, without even one little bit of effort being generated, would have made any godfather or mafia family green with envy. We've all seen how this rort has grown and used by the banks without conscience, and it seems their executive management truly believe that they have, yes, that they have the right to charge you, yes, you, their customer, these very dubious line charges simply to protect those bonuses that these thieving bankers seem to believe they have a God-given right. Being charged $1.80 every month. Yes, every month, a $1.80 charge, and ANZ at that time had in the region of 1.2 million active accounts just here in New Zealand. And multiply that by $1.80 and see how much money you get every month for no effort. The result for this cash take, without even one little bit of effort being generated, would have made any godfather or mafia family green with envy. We've all seen how this rort has grown and used by the banks without conscience, and it seems their executive management truly believe that they have, yes, that they have the right to charge you, yes, you, their customer, these very dubious line charges simply to protect those bonuses that these thieving bankers seem to believe they have a God-given right. Protect those bonuses that these thieving bankers seem to believe they have a God-given right.